I'm not in between. I'm not. Obstruction is a physical thing. You do know that, right? You do know that, right? Obstruction is a physical thing. What did I do that physically obstructed? What did I physically do? It's a physical action. 588. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Coon Fair, 734.
Coon Fair, 734.
You're being detained. Detained
for what? Detained for what?
And then do I believe that you interjected in the traffic stop that had nothing to do with you? Absolutely. There's a proper time and a place, Warren, for you to deal with that and ask your questions. Rightfully so, for your due process and your constitutional right. When that officer is doing a traffic stop, that is not the time. You're a professional. When you were on the field doing your job, nobody interjected with you in your job. Correct? So there is a right time. If they want to ask you a question, then that's rightfully so.
So your
officer, when that officer is doing the traffic stop, you do not impede on that investigation. Even if they're wrong, you don't question them on the side of the road. That is not the proper time nor the place.
That's what you're going with?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm going with. So you have a good morning. Take care.
So what do I do with my chart? Oh, okay. Here we go.
One live tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And we got to go ahead and kick it off. We got to talk about Warren Sapp, because recently Warren Sapp was arrested in Florida while doing a charity event. And I can't make this up. I'm going to go ahead and let him explain what happened in his own words. And of course, I'll come back and chime in.
So now there's like 10 cops on the scene. I'm gonna reiterate, maybe 14, because there was like 5 of them from the city cops. Because we were driving a bunch of spaceships, which are Lamborghinis, Bugattis. Yeah. You know, we was doing a charity rally and, you know, feeding the homeless. The cheapest car was $700,000. Trust me. It was spaceships there that we was riding in. Lamborghini after Lamborghini after Lamborghini after Bugatti after, I'm telling you, Ferrari supercars, all this, just stupid cars. Porsches, everything you could think of. So they all came more to look at the cars, I thought, as the officers came up, because there was no disturbance to have 14 officers there. He went from 0 to 100 in no time. Calmly explained to him what obstruction was, and then I told him what I'm doing is constitutionally protected freedom of speech. You do know that, don't you, officer? And then he said, I know the law. So I asked him, I have your name and badge number, please, sir. He spit it out. And then I went to turn to the other officer, because I didn't expect him to step to me. He had done decided in his mind there that he was going to put his hands on me, because that's the intimidation part. I'm going to step to him and do this here and ask him for his name. 901.151 is the actual Florida statute that he needs to demand my ID under law. Like I said to him on the video, I just would like for you to explain to me why you got your hands on me. I mean, you the law enforcement officer. Tell me why you got your hands on me. I was barefooted at the time. He took me to jail without shoes on. I'm barefooted. I definitely, and I haven't done anything. What exactly have I done other than look at the ticket and see it's 63 over 35 and not 70? How does a cop do no investigation, does no de-escalation, just grab somebody and then I found out.
And so absolutely, like he said, Warren Sapp messed around and found out. He was doing a charity event, trying to feed the homeless, doing the right thing, trying to give back to the community, a community in which he played football for Florida, not only for the NFL, but also for the University of Miami. And so that's Warren Sapp's town. And he probably felt like he could exercise his First Amendment right. He could use the freedom of speech in this particular situation. But Warren Sapp found out the law is whatever they say it is in that particular instance. And if they have to settle out in court for the wrongful interpretations of the law coming from a few officers, then so be it. They don't care. Because after all, they're just using taxpayers' money. And I'm going to go ahead and play a quick conversation that Warren Sapp had with the sheriff in this particular police department. And it's a very telling conversation. And I want you guys to pay close attention, because this is how law enforcement works. And this is why a lot of people have an issue with law enforcement, because the very nature of law enforcement breeds corruption, because it's run as a business. And if law enforcement had to admit their mistakes, if on a daily basis they were required to admit when there was wrongdoing, entire cities across America would be bankrupt. And this is why law enforcement are trained to say our officers acted according to police policy. That's standard procedure for them to say that no matter what the instance is.
Because you said you were going to call me on Monday And
I said a couple.
a couple days or whatever, Monday, couple days. And I want you to know, Sheriff, and I'm recording this phone conversation for transparency and accountability, please. Is that all right?
I don't have a problem with
that. No, I was just
making. If that's it's how you do business, and that's how you do business. I'll just back out and let it go.
How I do business? I wanted to know. Yes, you said to me you would handle it, and I wanted to know how you was handling it because I wasn't going forward. I was just getting my people, in ready because I was charged and had to bail out of jail. You realize that, right?
I understand that, but rightfully so. So I mean, you're not completely innocent in this situation. You both could have handled this situation a whole lot better than how it was handled. And I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback either one of you. But both of you are in the wrong. So, and if you want this thing to go its course, we'll let it go its course.
All right. How about this, Chief? How about this, Chief? And you said you was gonna call me, so you're calling me today to tell me what?
I'm asking you, what do you want done? Do you want me to work on this, or are you going to do it? Are you going to work on it? That's what I'm asking you.
You left me with the impression that you was going to handle this, right? That's what you said to me Sunday morning, correct?
I said, no, give me a couple of days.
Give you a couple of days, all right? Now you got a couple of days. You reviewed the footage, and you're saying you're not going to Monday morning. I just want to know, does my constitutional rights survive in Okeechobee?
Then you just go through your due process, and we'll see where your civil rights go, Warren. That's what you need to do.
No, I'm asking because I was charged. Wait.
I understand completely where you're at.
No. I was charged with obstruction.
Correct.
And you rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
So when you in a traffic stop, when is the traffic stop over?
When the deputy or the officer says that it's over. They're conducting official business. You impeded on their investigation as obstruction and got charged accordingly.
And you believe that's according with Florida statute what?
Yeah, I do believe that the arrest was valid. Do I believe that the officer was a little froggy to jump, if you will? Absolutely.
Absolutely. No deep. Oh,
let me finish.
Please.
Let me finish.
Please.
And then do I believe that you interjected in the traffic stop that had nothing to do with you? Absolutely. There's a proper time and a place, Warren, for you to deal with that and ask your questions, rightfully so, for your due process and your constitutional right. When that officer is doing a traffic stop, that is not the time. You're a professional. When you were on the field doing your job, nobody interjected with you in your job. Correct? So there is a right time. If they want to ask you a question, then that's rightfully so.
So your officer,
when that officer is doing the traffic stop, you do not impede on that investigation. Even if they're wrong, you don't question them on the side of the road. That is not the proper time nor the place.
That's what you're going with?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm going with. So you have a good morning. Take care.
So what do I do with my chart? Oh, okay. Here we go.
And so it's looking like Warren Sapp is going to get the bag. Because looking at this video, and I'm going to play the entire clip at the end here, but looking at this video, there's no way you could say that Warren Sapp was in any way impeding the progress of these officers to do their job. All Warren Sapp was doing was asking questions. He was standing around like everybody else that was there asking questions. And if that's grounds to be arrested, then a whole lot of people need to be arrested. Because what this really was about was an ego trip. It was a power trip. They wanted to show somebody who looked like Warren Sapp that you just can't talk to us any kind of way. You can't talk to us like these other folks talk to us.
Are just following him. So you are also a disappointment. You can't put together a sketch of what the problem is.
Are you finished, ma'am?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked and very disappointed. Thank you for your help.
You may take them now.
You may not tell me when to take my child. You may shut up and not tell me when I may take my kid and her friends who are PhD students from MIT and Yale. You may tell me nothing because you told me nothing. Shame on both of you. I will be talking to the chief of police.
Please.
And I will be speaking to the mayor.
Badge number
And you're
540.
not- I got your name.
Because if you do, I can arrest you. I can make up something right in front of you, right in front of this camera, these body cameras that are on. I can make up and I can say whatever I want to arrest you. And I got a whole system. I got a whole system that'll back me up and support me no matter what. That's what this is about. And Warren Sapp, like he said in the video, he found out. And I'm pretty sure he knew to some degree, but it's always different when it happens to you. It always is. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video in its entirety, and make sure you guys go ahead and like the video if you haven't done so already, and make sure you chime in below. Let's go ahead and try to keep the conversation going, try to keep it respectful as usual. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys go ahead and do that as well.
How fast was he going?
I don't know.
That would be technical to talk about doubling, right? So we're talking about doubling the speed limit, right?
I don't know. She's writing the ticket.
No, I just heard her say that.
But I was, it doesn't matter. I understand, but like I said, with the amount, hold on, with the amount of traffic, I'm trying to educate you, man, and
It's okay.
the amount of traffic that's going
And Shar, we got this.
It's not double 35.
All gentlemen got this.
63 is what I got him on my
That's not
radar.
double
Go ahead and
35.
take it to court because it's
No, it's not double, but you were saying
But you're
doubling the
almost-
speed
but you're
limit.
almost
You didn't double it.
Okay, but
30,
you're
you
going
have a
over
manual
the speed limit.
I got that, but you said doubling the speed limit and you didn't double the speed limit.
Okay, well,
There's no
I got
reason to exaggerate it when you got the
well, I
number.
got it, and I wrote for what I got.
I
Was
got you, but you said out your mouth
So
doubling
I
the
said
speed
what I
limit.
said, but I didn't write them for double. Then I wrote them for
No,
what I
but
got
what
it.
you're saying is incorrect.
Well, just for future reference, through this
You'd like to be correct, that's all. Factual. Hold on, I'm stopping what? No, they do it. What you telling me to do what? What do you mean, stop what? I'm dead ass serious.
Want to go to jail today?
Dead ass serious. Obstruction is a physical thing. I'm not in between. Obstruction is a physical thing. You do know that, right? You do know that, right? Obstruction is a physical thing. What did I do that physically obstructed?
Doing her job.
What did I physically do? It's a physical action. Obstruction is a physical action. Not freedom of speech. Not freedom of speech. You know, that's constitutionally protected, right? Yeah, that's right. What's your name of that number? 588. What's your name of that number? What's your name of that number? What's your name of that number?
Criminal Fair, 734.
Cool. 734.
You're being detained. The train's on your back.
Detained for what?
I'll take that.
Detained for what? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for?
Explain that in a second.
I'm not listening. What am I being detained for? Please record. What am I being detained for?
Everybody back up. Back up.
No, hey.
Back up.
Everything's rolling, yeah? I got you. I gotta hold it. Hold on. I'm not resisting. I'm just testing you. Why you gotta grab me like that? No, you're applying force right now. What the hell's going on? This investigation, I have to do something.
No, he was recording. He was recording. He was
That's
recording.
freedom of speech. That's the Constitution. No, you didn't.
Can't even talk.
No, you didn't. Everybody right here, no, you didn't. You said you don't want to go to jail. And I said, no.